Since we start this whole social media thing, a lot of young people, both male and female, are message me and I genuinely seek knowledge. Them ask me everything from stock advice to advice about university, and that brings us to the current video. You see, in society, they get paid based on how good you are or how scarce your good or service is. And most likely, you have to go to university to learn one of these skills or profession. Now, you don't have to due to a lot of other avenues providing teaching and certification online. But at university we are talking about. Now, one of the worst things you can do in Jamaica is doing the wrong degree. Why, you might ask? Like, subscribe, comment and share this with everybody who want to go to university, but even people who go to university, or any parent who you know where them have a child go to university, or them a plan to send them child to university. Now, at its base, the reason why we go to school is to be competent in most areas of life. Language is mainly for communication and expression. Sciences is to help us understand the world around us, as best as the science man them can prove and write up them bag of theory and thing. And mathematics is to help us understand quantity, logic, and arithmetic. And money. School should serve as an institution to educate people about the reality that we live in. But like most government-run and government-sponsored stuff, them fail for the most part. But due to how the system incorporates the idea of school into all areas of life and the business world, certifications are vital to get in most positions and sometimes to even get a job. So regardless of what anyone say, most people are going to still go to university or some form of tertiary institution. When you go for higher education, you have to consider certain things. Firstly, if you go abroad or stay in Jamaica. Now, a lecturer once told me that upwards of 85% of graduates from a certain university in Jamaica actually leave Jamaica. Why? A lot of the degrees offered in these universities in Jamaica don't have no industry for these degrees, and if there's no industries, no companies not gonna exist for employ the people them with these qualifications, so them have left. Now, the small percentage that obtain a degree that there is no industry in Jamaica for employ them have to work in our industry or use up the amount of skills or the special skills that them obtain from the degree in some way. Now, for example, you would have a microbiologist at work in a like Excelsior or one of them company that would deal with like food and them thing there. So now also you have business majors I work like call centers in a certain administrative positions, and most of them, why if them good in the academic aspect of university, them just go back go teach high school or even go lecture at other universities or even the same university that them just graduate from. But the thing is, because a lot of universities offer these degrees where there are no jobs for them, plus them want the money, them not gonna make you notice. Second thing you need to consider is if you are gonna pay a fee or use a student loan. Because if you are going to use a student loan to finance the degree, you might want to get a degree with extremely lucrative and in demand just to pay for the large debt you are going to put yourself in. Now, after you consider the previously mentioned, when you choose a degree, primarily you going to consider two things. What you're naturally good at, your affinity, and how in demand the degree where you aim for is in Jamaica right now. When we say affinity, we mean we're actually good at. Like for example, if you're good at math, you can do actuarial sciences, accounting, banking, or even economics. If you're good at the sciences, you have an entire faculty, an entire school dedicated to various areas in the sciences. No make nobody tell you about go university if you challenge yourself or one of them foolishness there. Them I set you up for go university and fail. If you don't have the ability for really go to university and pursue a certain degree, don't waste your money. Because universities make a lot of money from receipts. Like when time you do a course and then after you go fail it, most universities have to pay just to relearn and sometimes to resit the exam. Now, when you identify your affinity or what you're good at, look at all the degrees where incorporate your talent or affinity and research which ones are in demand in the working world in Jamaica, or if you go overseas, which one are the degree them in demand in whichever country you go. Because primarily degrees have to get jobs. Not for proof say you're smart, but for primarily for training for your occupation, and if you're not wise, you might dead for hungry. Now, some universities specialize in certain areas, whether it's a teacher's college, a regular university, or a maritime education and training institute. Do your research based on what you want to do and ask around and see if you know past students or even lecturers at these institutions just to have an idea what going on. Next and the second most important thing is to know how valuable the skill or degree where you are going to obtain is. The whole idea of getting a degree is hinged on making yourself valuable to a business or the entire market. How well you can execute a task and generate money. Now, in certain fields where saturated or have enough people that do the same thing, you have to reach a high level just to be valuable in that field. Where in fields like computer science, depending on where you are, you just have to know the basics of 2 programming languages and you're good. Now, the whole value business is a total other video by itself. And finally, while in university, please learn about money. Most universities don't teach people about investing and personal finance and what is money or multiply money and the principles behind finance and whatnot. Because no matter which degree you have, if you don't know about money, most likely you're going to live paycheck to paycheck. Like, subscribe and share and the whole of them thing there. And please share this with anybody who I even think about tertiary education or whatever, because a lot of people don't know this, and even me myself never know this before pursuing tertiary education.